Lead yourself first, the Stoic blueprint for men who want real power. If you don't rise into leadership, your marriage will feel your absence. A man who does not lead himself becomes emotionally unpredictable, and unpredictability, to a woman, feels like danger. Stay with me. You are entering the beginning of the Stoic-Apex transformation. In the acronym, Loyal Apex, L is for lead. Focus on leading yourself first because every other form of leadership is built on this one truth. Men aren't failing because they're not capable, men fail because their inner world has no structure. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Carl Jung said, "The world will ask you who you are. If you do not know, the world will tell you." Stoic Apex interpretation. If you don't define yourself, your reactions will define you. And your relationship will reflect that instability. Your wife feels your internal state before you say a word. She feels it in your tone, your stillness, your presence, your consistency, your emotional containment. This is the beginning of the Loyal Apex Code. Lead yourself first. Post a comment, "I lead myself first," to give yourself direction. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Don Miguel Ruiz said in the Four Agreements, "Be impeccable with your word." Stoic Apex deepens it, be impeccable with your inner world. Your words are only as trustworthy as the man behind them. When you lead yourself, your partner feels it instantly. Your presence becomes a grounding force in the relationship. The Stoic Apex Blueprint. Define what self-leadership truly means. To lead yourself means you regulate your emotions, choose direction over impulse, build habits that support your highest identity, speak from clarity, not insecurity, live in a way that commands your own respect. Seneca said, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." Epictetus said, "Control your passions, lest they take vengeance on you." Stoic Apex meaning, self-leadership is the architecture of masculine presence. And presence is the beginning of polarity. Why men lose power? Men lose power when they personalize everything, react emotionally, or abandon their own standards. Don Miguel Ruiz said in the Four Agreements, "Don't take anything personally." Carl Jung said, "Neurosis is always a substitute for legitimate suffering." Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." The Stoic Apex meaning. Your emotional baseline becomes the emotional climate of your relationship. A woman does not want a man who is perfect, she wants a man who is self-led. The leadership formula. 1. Command your morning. Your morning sets the emotional tone of your entire day, and your wife encounters the version of you your morning creates. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Carl Jung said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." Stoic Apex meaning, a man who owns his morning, owns his presence, tone, and leadership for the rest of the day. 2. Choose standards over emotions. Your emotions are children. Your standards are the father. Marcus Aurelius said, "You become what you give your attention to." Niccolo Machiavelli said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does at last." Stoic Apex meaning, standards create polarity. Consistency creates safety. Leadership creates attraction. 3. Keep promises to yourself. Masculine confidence is built from internal evidence. Don Miguel Ruiz in the Four Agreements reminds us, always do your best. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." Stoic Apex meaning, a man who keeps promises becomes magnetic. Not from charisma, but from consistency and self-trust. Challenge, masculine rite of passage. You cannot lead your wife if you cannot lead your impulses. You cannot lead your future if you cannot lead your habits. Carl Jung said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." Stoic Apex charge, growth requires confrontation. This is the threshold. Pause the video. Could you write one weakness you are choosing to lead today? The Stoic Apex 5 Pillars. 1. The Stoic Discipline. Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions." Stoic Apex relationship meaning, she trusts your direction. 2. The Machiavellian strategy. Niccolo Machiavelli wrote, "Never was anything great achieved without danger." Stoic Apex relationship meaning, strategic calm replaces emotional chaos. 3. The Toltec integrity. Don Miguel Ruiz said, "Speak with integrity." Stoic Apex relationship meaning, your tone becomes trustworthy. 4. The neurobiological security Stan Tatkin in Wired for Love said, "We are human error machines. We must become experts on repair." Stoic-Apex relationship meaning, you regulate the emotional space. 5. The spiritual humility. Zen proverb, when the ego dies, the soul awakens. Stoic-Apex relationship meaning, you stop needing superiority and start embodying presence. Release the ego. Ego wants control. Leadership wants clarity. Presence wants truth. Lao Tzu said, "He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior." Don Miguel Ruiz in The Mastery of Love said, "You can only love another to the degree that you love and honor yourself." Stoic-Apex meaning, your ego is the boy. Your leadership is the man. Only one can guide your marriage. Relationship awareness. A woman opens to a man who is emotionally stable, predictable in his presence, consistent in his standards, grounded in his identity, self-led, not externally shaken. Stan Tatkin said, "Your relationship is your emotional home. Make it a safe one." Don Miguel Ruiz said, "You cannot give what you do not have." Stoic-Apex meaning, when you lead yourself, your partner feels safe to relax into her feminine, into her warmth, into the connection she naturally wants with you. Action steps. Increased masculine challenge. Identify one habit weakening you, one distraction diluting you, one pattern sabotaging your leadership. Seneca said, "While we wait for life, life passes." The Stoic-Apex directive. Act today. Because your family feels the direction of your decisions. Even the ones they never see. Elevated philosophy. When you lead yourself first, everything in your life begins to align. Your peace, your purpose, your marriage, your confidence, your presence, your destiny. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Stoic-Apex meaning, leadership begins in your inner world, and radiates into every corner of your life. If this resonated, subscribe. Not for entertainment, but for evolution. Join the next chapter. Observe without reacting, how men build magnetic presence through non-reaction. Because once you learn to lead your inner world, you must learn to master your reactions.